Hello, and welcome to the FisherPoetry Podcast, a showcase of prose, poetry, and song written and performed by those in the commercial fishing community. Mostly. I'm your host, Brad. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are happy to be bringing you another installment of Sunday at Sea, a live show of maritime songs, stories, and good coastal fellowship hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll from Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. So, without further ado, here's their show.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Wait, can I share this first to the other people? I want to share it to everybody else who might not be seeing it on our various other pages. You can talk about something else.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is an important week here. We're in the height of summer right now. Everything is summer this, summer that. The morning begins summer this and summer that. And we're just we're running around. We're going to run around. It's going to be a really, really great week. I hope it's a great week for you. The weather forecast for New England looks good for the days ahead. And for sailing and for getting on the water and getting out on a kayak or getting out on something. Just taking a walk. But anyhow, the challenge, of course, is to take advantage of the coolness of the early day and the coolness of the afternoon, late afternoon. Anyhow, we ready?
I think we're ready.
I'm ready.
We're ready. I got my flute. Oh, let's hope that it's not so sweaty that it's slipping down my chin.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Anyway, welcome to our show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm going to change this just a little bit.
You're going to make some adjustments here. Molly's making adjustments with the camera.
How's that? Yeah, that's a little better.
So we played last night at the Black Dog Cafe. We had a nice turnout of friends showing up.
We sure did.
And
it was great to meet Susan McConnell from Chicago.
Yeah.
She came all the way over, and they had a busy family night, but still she stopped by to say hi, and that was so sweet.
Kurt Peterson and his lovely lady were there. Kurt is the captain of the catboat Dolphin.
That was awesome.
Everyone loves in Edgartown Harbor that sails around with that huge American flag as its sail as its American flag. And he also has another catboat called Tigress, which sails around Nantucket Harbor this summer. And he is just a wonderful young man. I'm going to say young man because I'm an old guy now and I can say that.
We can say that.
And he's an enthusiastic sailor, and people love to go sailing with him. And if you're thinking of ever going out on a charter sailboat in Edgartown Harbor, he's wonderful. He's such a kind person. So how are we doing here? Anybody complaining about sound? Anything? We're all right?
No, I don't think so.
How's the sound, everybody? We're doing it.
Oh, yeah. Connie will tell us. Connie's there. Hey, Connie. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Joanne is tuned in from the West Coast. We got MV Grower here, too. Woo-hoo! All right. Awesome. We're going to be doing a kind of cool green theme later on song. So MV growers, stick around.
And one of the cool things, I'm going to talk about sea otters on the West Coast, okay? This is a
good
big
idea.
deal. I just, Joanne, right out. There's a big story coming out of the waters of Oregon. We all know sea otters and the waters around San Francisco. They're such cute little creatures. They're not
so
little,
adorable.
but they're like little puppies in the water that swim on, that float on their backs. And
Yeah.
they're just so friendly.
We saw them in Monterey Bay.
They're not friendly, but they look friendly. Let's say that.
They do.
They're shy, but anyhow, they're beautiful animals. And the great news that we have to share with you is that there are more reports of sea otters working their way up the coast.
Yeah.
And Joanne, please put a comment in the show here tonight to say something. But I saw it posted in Cannon Beach, Cannon Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Sea otters were spotted. A sea otter was spotted, and that we want the animals of the ocean to be all right. We want them to be okay. We want the marine mammals. We want all of them doing all right, and that means that it's part of the ecosystem. They're essential to the coastal waters up and down the coast because of what they feed on. And there are people smarter than me on the topic, but I know that they're the canary and the cave. We got to have them. We got to have them in the neighborhood.
That's right.
And as Molly and I have been watching very carefully a lot of stories on the East Coast we're watching whales very carefully. But this is a story from the West Coast which is cheerful and positive and hopeful.
That's right.
And we're in favor of that.
That's right. Oh, I love this song.
We also love lighthouses.
That's right. That's what this song's about.
My father was a keeper of the Eddystone Light, and he slept with a mermaid one fine night. From this union there were three, a porpoise, a porgy, and the other was me. The wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. One night I was sitting upon the glim, singing a verse from the evening hymn, when a voice from the starboard shouted,
Ahoy!
and there was my mother, she was sitting on a buoy. The wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. So what has happened to my children three? My mother, she then asked of me. Well, one was exhibited as a talking fish, the other was served on a chafing dish. The wind blows free, all for the life of the rolling sea. Well, the phosphorus flashed at my mother's hair. I turned to look and she wasn't there. But a voice came shouting out of the night, to hell with the keeper of the Eddystone Light. The wind blows free, all for the light of the rolling sea.
So I have a question about that song. All the times I've heard it, I think I just wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's probably why, because I just didn't have a clear head. Let's have a little ginger beer.
Thank you.
Boy, is it hot.
A toast to our followers on a hot summer night.
Yeah, hope you're staying cool.
Thank you
too.
for being with us. Thank you for joining with us.
That's right.
And those of you who pick us up as a recorded version in other places, that's fine too. We love you all.
Yeah.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. So my question is, what happened to the three children? One was exhibited as a talking fish. The other were served on a chafing dish. Does that mean that 2 were served on a chafing dish? Or did we just not hear the story of the third one? Just wondering.
Well, the third one is the singer.
Oh, see?
My mother was the keeper. My father was the keeper. So
so that one's still around to tell the tale.
So we're talking about
Okay.
3 people.
Okay, phew. Thank you for clearing that up.
Oh my gosh, it's so important. It's such an important song. My father was the
important.
keeper of the Eddystone Light, and he slept with a mermaid one fine night. From this union there were 3. There was a porpoise, a porgy, and the other was me.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
want
you.
to sound like a smart guy. I'm not gonna say anymore.
You got
Yeah.
it. You
Oh my
got
God!
it.
But we got some. You got something to share with people that is really sweet.
Oh, well, yeah. I just was today thinking about actually a poem that I wrote last summer, but that I was wanting to change. And any of you who have ever dabbled in writing either a song or a poem or an anything, you know that sometimes you want to go back to it and maybe tweak something a little bit. So the poem that I wrote last summer was all about when we had gone on a weekend sailing trip to Cuttyhunk Harbor. And I was just kind of taken aback by like the hum and loud noise of
Bustle.
the bustle that was going on, and I was kind of straining to hear the sounds of nature. So that was kind of the gist of the
She
poem.
wrote a really nice poem about Cuttyhunk Harbor with a.
Yeah.
I'm going to rephrase this.
Okay,
I'm going to rephrase this.
Okay.
She wrote a really wonderful poem about Cuttyhunk Harbor. It's easily printable, and we read it on the show, and people loved it and whatever. What happened was, in the last 24 hours, that we took a walk.
We
We
did.
spent some time outside, and in the evening. We were listening to things.
Listening to things, yeah.
And so this is to recast Molly's story. So you know this, those of you who are writers out there, is that there's nothing sacred about what you've written in the past. It can't be revisited. And
That's
so
right.
what she did was she revisited the poem she wrote a year ago and wrote a completely different poem.
Different.
Different
But
different
some of the
flavor,
elements are the
different
same.
everything about it except one key ingredient.
It's the listening. That's the ingredient. That's right.
Isn't that the way to say it?
You did a much better
I think
job.
Molly is.
You did a much better job.
Molly's wonderful. She's wonderful.
So this version of the poem, that's different,
It's got a great name.
is called Summer Symphony. Daybreak, summer sounds awaken and tune their many timbred instruments. Morning updates, coffee makers, lawn mowers, blenders, weed whackers, leaf blowers build in volume. The trumpets, trombones proclaim the day. A moment of quiet, hushed in awe. A flute, a soaring, soothing wave. Distant surf pounds the shore. Nesting birds train their young. Cackling gulls seek a meal. Winds billow adventurous sails. The sounds of summer join in song. A mighty crescendo, the peak of day. Car horns, jet skis, cell phones, jet planes join the cacophony choir. A constant hum, our talk and toys tease the balance of nature's noise. In midday conversations strain as woodwinds, while brass bellows refrains. Nighttime comes, a different tune. This movement draws to a close. Quieter hums, hushed tones now heard. Softening, slowing melodies soothe, prepare the world for summer sleep. An osprey's last cry heard above. The oak trees rustle a cooler breeze. A screech owl signals the hunt begins. Fireflies, resplendent, twinkle with the stars. Hardly a sound, except a sigh. My heart still sings, grateful at this day's end for another summer symphony.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Thank you.
Oh, you can applaud out there.
Thank you.
Please
Thank
comment.
you.
Please tell Molly she needs to be writing more poetry.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't that
Thank
fun?
you.
And
I had
I
fun
was
writing
with her
it.
when we were taking the walk and we were watching the fireflies. And it was like, oh man.
It was like a whole orchestra of them. Of course, they were silent, but still, oh, it was beautiful. It was like magic. It was really like magic walking through there last night. It's
Yeah.
really, really beautiful. So I hope that you all have been seeing some fireflies, some lightning bugs,
Please
whichever way
comment.
you like to call them. Hope you've been seeing them. There seems to be a bigger crop of them this year, similar to the hydrangeas. I mean, they're not the same, but we've had a lot of hydrangeas too this year. Kind of fun. Oh, Joanne is weighing in. She said about the otters. Yes, I did see that story. Such a lovely testament to the ability of the environment to sustain them. And they are so cute. Yeah, they are.
They're so cute.
And Jeannie's weighing in too. Jeannie's here. She says, it is hot. It sure is. And thank you for the comment about the poem. Thank you.
We're so lucky to have Joanne commenting.
Oh, that's
She authenticates our
great.
stories.
We love to hear about the otters.
We all have the same common love and sorrow.
They're so cute. Can you see that okay? I can move it over if
Yeah,
you
I
like.
want to be able to see it.
Is that better? How's that?
I want to sing this song as a tribute to a dear friend, Larry Kaplan.
Hats off to Larry.
Hey, Larry. He
I don't
wrote
have
the
a hat.
song. He wrote the song so many years ago. It's called Old Zeb. And he and I are dear friends. We go back almost as long as since he wrote this song. And Zeb Tilton was a celebrated a celebrated schooner captain. I have too many capos in my thoughts. He was a celebrated schooner captain in Vineyard Haven Harbor, more famous than Bob Douglas. He took his schooner up and down the coast, delivering bricks and boulders and anything heavy that you wouldn't put on a horse and buggy wagon and drag it along the street. He was celebrated, and
he knew a lot of songs. He kept busy doing
we
all
sing
that.
his songs. You've heard us sing some songs.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, the thing that's so nice about it is that Larry, who's a fisher poet, we performed together in the winter in Oregon, and folks out on the West Coast love him. He's a terrific fellow, and people on the East Coast love him too. And he's spending a lot of time in England, which is wonderful. I'm sure it's having a major impact and influence on his songwriting. And he wrote the song Old Zeb. I want to say 1977. How many years ago was that?
Whatever.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
a while.
50 years ago.
Oh my
At
goodness.
least. Anyhow, it's a lovely song and about this old fella. And he had two daughters. And we get old. And his schooner was called the Alice S. Wentworth. She was also much more celebrated than any schooner around now because everyone loved her. And I know these are superlative stuff to describe somebody, but this is a guy from Martha's Vineyard who performed in Radio City Hall, telling stories and singing songs.
Isn't that cool?
In the days before you were born. And he was beloved, and I encourage you to Google him because there's a book, Polly Burroughs wrote a book about him. And he died before I was born, but I grew up in the culture and the story of this amazing man. Anyhow, Larry wrote this lovely song. I'm not tired of the wind, I'm not weary of the sea, but she's probably had a belly full of an old coot like me. Well, I'm going ashore. She's gone for better days, but I'll see her topsail flying when she comes down off the waves. So, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Wentworth sail again. Well, I'd like to have a nickel for the man I used to know, who could load 3/4 of lumber in a half hour or so, who could put off sail by Holland instead of donkeying around. Then I'd be the poorest coaster man this side of Edgartown. So, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Wentworth sail again. Any fool can work an engine. You know it takes brains to work a sail. And I've never seen a steamer make much use of a gale. You can pay all of your taxes for the ration gas you get, but at least to me, the wind is free, and they haven't run out yet. So, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Wentworth sail again. Well, if I ever get back to her, you know I'll treat her just the same. I'll jibe her when I want to, boys, and I'll sail through the freezing rain. You know I'll park old Wentworth on the beach and go dancing in the town. 'Cause a man who's fit for hanging probably never will get drowned. So, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Wentworth sail again. Well, Rosie, get my Sunday shoes. Gertie, get my walking cane. We'll take another walk to see old Wentworth sail again. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yay,
I
Larry.
love that. That's a great song. There's some great lines in there. I love the line where he says instead of donkeying around.
Donkeying around.
That's a good phrase. That's good. Fun lyrics. Great.
Yeah, and then this next one. This next one we'll do. When I was a little boy, my mama used to call me Way Holloway,
Well, Holloway Joe.
That if I didn't kiss the girls, my lips they'd all grow moldy. Way Holloway, well, Holloway Joe. Way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather. Way Holloway, we'll haul away Joe. King Louis was the king of France before the revolution. Way Holloway, we'll haul away Joe. But Louis got his head cut off, it spoiled his constitution.
I'll say,
Way Holloway, we'll haul away Joe. Way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather. Way Holloway, we'll haul away Joe. Way Holloway, we'll haul for better weather. Way Holloway, we'll haul away Joe.
Hey, we got a little comment from Connie, so I think if we hug the mic a little bit better, then that will help with people hearing us, I think. It's a little hard for Connie. I don't know if you can turn your thing up a little, Connie. We don't have the same microphones as last time, so maybe that's why it's a little different. So I hope you can figure out. We're trying our best to adjust too. So
there we go. I'm trying to bring myself closer.
yeah, we'll do our best we can for you. Yeah.
And thank you for your comments, all of you.
Yeah.
We appreciate the
It
feedback.
matters.
This helps us fine-tune this show, make it better.
That's right. I gotta get my fiddle. It looks like I left it in the other room, so
Okay,
stop.
we'll wait for you. Go. So anyway, thank you so much for joining with us. It is so warm. It's so toasty. And I think that probably the part that's is it's not so particularly hot than it was a few days ago. It's just continuously hot. And this is not an air-conditioned house. We just have fans running around. We have fans running, and we visit with them, and
But you
sometimes
can't
place
have
ourselves in
fans.
front of them.
You can't have them when you're recording.
Yeah, we turned the fans off so we could have the show. Otherwise, you'd sound like we were in an airplane.
That's right. So if we look like we're extra
All the
drippy,
propellers would
it's
be
true.
buzzing, and they'd be giving you a whole different sound. So anyway.
That's right. Oh, this is a fun song. Whiskey before breakfast. We love it.
There we go.
Here we go.
Those of you who are watching this show recognize that if you've been watching this show a really long time, You've been watching it for a really long time. You notice that I'm getting better at this. Increments, literally tiny increments. Please comment. Do you notice? Have you noticed? The best goal of my life right now is to memorize these tunes so I don't have to look at the sheet. That would be the ultimate goal.
And I had a little minute in that one where it was sounding like I actually had whiskey before breakfast or whiskey before the show, but it was actually a bifocals moment. I was like right in between the and when you got the fiddle, it's like an old person moment there.
I think you have to have some more ginger beer.
I think I better have some ginger beer.
Here's to all of you. Please toast. Please share. Please comment. Please give feedback,
We love you all.
We love you all. Oh my God, somebody just put a little something in there.
Toast.
We're watching the screen so we can see you when you post a little heart.
It's sweet.
And we don't always do that. We don't always have the show like this.
All right. So this next song, hey, Kansas joined us. How you doing?
Who is?
Kansas Brew. She joined us.
Oh.
Our next song, we actually performed this morning. And
tell them about what the heck we did this morning.
What the heck did we do this morning?
Many of you were sitting down having coffee. What the heck were Molly and Mark doing? Oh my gosh, what were we doing?
Well, we were asked to do a lovely thing, which was to provide some music for the church service.
The whole music for the whole thing.
The whole music for the whole thing. That's right. Start to finish.
Start the whole thing.
That's right. We started with a special surprise birthday announcement for our beloved minister, Reverend Kathleen, and that was fun. And she had her birthday yesterday, which is actually my mom's birthday, so that always feels good to celebrate that too.
Anybody get a birthday out there?
Anybody? Oh, I know it. I know it's Connie's mom's birthday. Hey! I wished her a happy birthday too. Oh, hey, Bella. It's good to see you too. We love you. We love you. So we're going to sing a song, Mother Earth. We were asked to sing this one during the service today, actually, because it was all based on creation. And this particular week, allowing time for lament about the things that we see are happening around us. And just allowing some time for some grief around those things.
Well, all right, I'm going to jump in on this because I want to get more to the center of this song. The song is called Mother Earth, and it's about our dear Mother Earth and acknowledging the troubles that we've caused for Mother Earth. Mm-hmm. And are acknowledging that there are problems with the earth and we need to correct them.
That's
and
right.
This is an environmental song, and it's a spirited environmental song that Molly wrote, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful song. It's almost a rallying song that will try and get folks to come on and do something to help save this earth.
And it's Mother Earth who is pleading with us in this song while we're asking her questions, and that is Mark's role in this song.
Molly's role is
I'm being the voice of Mother Earth.
And I'm being the...
Every year that I am here, I'm closer to your door.
we hear your cry. We hear your call. Mother, we will try to help save us all. Mother, you're a jungle, rich in wonder and in pain.
Every year they cut and scorch some species that are slain. Never in my garden will we see such life so free. Take care, for what you do to me will haunt you or again.
Mother, we hear your cry. We hear your call. Mother, we will try to save us all. Mother, you're tired of fighting for your life all on your own.
I cry for all the creatures, all the forests that I've known. I ask, what can you give instead of take away from me? Please care, for what you give to me will reap more than is sown.
Mother, we hear your cry. We hear your call. Mother, we will try to help save us all. Help save us all. Help you save us all.
Yeah. Help.
That's a powerful song. Molly told me when we sang this song this morning in church, some people were crying at the end of that song. Amazing, amazing, amazing song, Molly. Wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, you don't know where these things come from, but you know, when you were asked a couple of years to write a song for the Climate Action Fair that happened on the island, you said, "Oh, I have a better idea. Let her do it."
Yeah, I was asked. I was to be commissioned to write a song, and I said,
And
"You don't need."
somebody
words."
asked me, "Where did that come from?" Somebody asked me that today. You don't know where these things come from, but I guess I just was hearing Mother Earth speaking to me, so I tried to get her voice down as good as I could.
And I'm a guy. Not a heck of a lot of mother and me.
But you got to play the part of us. That's important too.
That's right. That's
'cause
right.
we're
That's
asking
right.
the questions. We're asking Mother Earth, and then we just got to listen.
Please comment. We want a little more conversation here. We have people participating in
Oh,
this.
Caroline's joined us too. Hey, how you doing? Thanks, Connie. Thanks. Hey, Terry. Good to see you. And Claire's here too. Woohoo! We got a good crowd. Thanks for joining us. Well, we got another song that we played this morning that we wanted to do now. Let me turn it this way.
What's really amazing about the song this morning is we did it with a lady who plays a professional piano.
She joined
so
us.
good.
It was really fun.
Molly Sturgis played the piano.
It was fun. I found an arrangement of the Kesh jig online, and
So we did it together. It was really fun.
So, I mean, this will be all right. We'll do a good show for you, but boy, it was great hearing on the piano.
It was fun. Yeah,
So
it really
good.
filled up the place.
Right, are we ready? Here we go.
What a fun tune. That one I can just so picture hearing it in an Irish pub, just playing with the
You visualize
Pipes
yourself hanging out
and-
with us while we're doing this and having a conversation with some friends and family.
Oh, it's
And
just
then we're
fun.
playing this in the background.
Right? Oh, just such a fun tune.
Hey, Mark Winters joined us. Hey, how you doing? Good to see ya. Yana, hey Yana. Great to see you too. We're just glad anybody can join us.
I
when
hope
we
you're
have
all
time.
cool. That's the most important thing. So it's really cool. I got to talk about this a moment. This weekend, this coming weekend, approaching, this weekend coming, we're going to have a catboat rendezvous in Edgartown Harbor.
Yes.
20, 30, could be even 40, I don't know. Catboats from all over southeastern Massachusetts sail into Edgartown Harbor for a weekend of festivities, most of which centered around a parade of sail on Saturday around noontime. And there'll be stories in the newspapers to give the more specific thing, but there's a parade of sail of all these boats going out of the harbor.
Oh, it's just such a beautiful, nostalgic view to see all these silent. We're used to parades being noisy, right? With horns honking of fire trucks and all this stuff. This is silent.
These
The breeze
boats
is
are
just
just
blowing these
sailing.
beautiful sailboats that have a shape and a look to them that is from an old era, because they are an older design.
Remember earlier I was talking about the schooner, the LSS Wentworth. Well, catboats used to populate the waters around here. They were the as I love to say, they were the waterfront trucks of the community. They were the waterfront pickup trucks of the community.
Because they're stable. They're wide, so they don't
hadn't-
tip a lot.
And they hadn't yet invented asphalt roads. And getting a horse to pull a wagon loaded with all kinds of stuff was not economically feasible. It's just the poor horse going all the way for. It was not the way to move things.
Boats
the way
could
to
carry
move
things a lot heavier. Yeah.
Boats were able to do it, and by sail, and you would sail, and that's why you know this. And I'm not saying anything shocking. Is the reason why all of our cities started alongside the water was because of the importance of being able to use water for all kinds of purposes, and transportation and moving things. And catboats were ubiquitous. They were the common vessel of our communities. They were used for fishing, going out and harvesting fish. They were used for transporting. The first charter fishing boats, that's when you used to hire somebody to take you out for a fishing trip. They were catboats.
Hooray for catboats. We're going to celebrate them this next
Catboats.
weekend.
Yeah, so we're going to celebrate that this coming weekend. And
So if you're around here, right? If you're around here, noontime on Saturday, go to Memorial Wharf. Go somewhere along Edgartown Harbor so you can see them all going by.
So there's this parade of sail will go out of the harbor, and then out of the harbor they'll do a race.
That's when we quit.
We don't. Molly and I are not racing sailors. We just like to get out in the water.
We're cruising. We like to
We're
float.
cruising. We go places. We like to
float.
sail to places. That's where the fun is.
Yeah.
Not trying to beat somebody next to you, trying to get ahead of somebody. That's not our style.
Yeah, we'll let them go ahead.
They let them all go ahead. And in fact, that's my survival on Martha's Vineyard in my car. Let everybody go ahead of me. That's
So when
okay.
you see the parade, look for us being the caboose.
So anyway, this is a big deal. And it's also the 70th anniversary of the Old Sculpin Gallery. And the Old Sculpin Gallery is a catboat story, too. The Old Sculpin is...
Because it wasn't always a gallery.
No, it was the Old Sculpin Gallery is named after a guy who was often called the Old Sculpin, and he was a catboat builder. He built boats, and he built boats in the gallery before it was a gallery. And you take a walk in that gallery, you look at the floor, and you can see evidence of where he worked in there, and all the tools around and whatever.
Manuel Swartz Roberts, that was his name.
Manuel Swartz Roberts, who was nicknamed the Old Sculpin because he looked like a sculpin, and you could Google
What's a sculpin?
Sculpin is a fish. It's got a wide mouth.
Ah,
Look
he
it
does
up.
have a wide smile. I've seen the pictures
There
of
are
him.
photographs of him. And he was given the name by a man named... See, I can talk and talk and talk. He was given a name by Joseph Chase Allen, who wrote about him, because Manuel Swartz Roberts was such a beloved fellow.
You can tell from his smile. Boy,
He used to
just
gather,
is
people
glowing.
would gather together and watch him working on the boats, building the boats. In those days, boat building was a common thing in waterfront communities.
And the cool thing is that some of those boats are still around, and some of
That's
them
right.
will be
Only a few of
floating in the parade.
Like 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them at the max, but I think at least maybe 2 or 3 of them will be on hand, will be on site. And all these other catboats, they all look similar. They have the main mast, gaff-rigged main mast. They have a centerboard. Their width is half their length. In other words, a 22-foot boat like mine is 11 feet wide. It's such an amazing thing. They're not built to go fast. They're not built to race, though they did race them. But they're built to be stable, and they're pickup trucks on the water.
Or floating couches.
And for Molly and I, they're a floating living room. You sit in there with your feet up on the bench, and you're just feeling comfortable, and it's like comfortable, and with cushions and sodas, and looking the world pass by. That's catboating, and watch all the fast boats go by.
That's right.
Now, before we get to this last song, we do have to do some shout-outs for our various thank yous, because that's part of what we got to do here. We love to say thank you to all of our supporters. We got Patreon and Substack
Patreon supporters,
Thank
you are a treasure. Today we went out and bought, a few days ago we went out and bought equipment that was underwritten by our Patreon
and
supporters.
Substack supporters. That's
and
right.
Substack supporters
That's
too.
right,
You
so
folks
thank you.
help us pay the bills.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
No
so
kidding.
thank you. We also want to thank our folks at MVTV who are airing our show all the time. Just this morning, I arrived at church and said, "Oh, I was just watching you on TV this morning."
Yeah, we were in church this morning and somebody said we were just watching you on TV.
That's fun.
That happens, and it's.
And CCM out in Salem, Oregon, thank you also for airing our shows.
They're
We-
wonderful folks
we
out there.
appreciate you all. It's wonderful.
Can you imagine 3,000 miles away and they're running shows about us?
It's so funny.
It's so much fun. Joanne, you know about it. You can
That's right.
comment.
And of course, Brad Wortman, our dear captain friend, who helps us with doing all of the archiving of the show and the editing of it, so that he can get it to these various places. So
He
that
cleans it up.
he cleans it up, and then we post it on YouTube. So we're thankful to everybody who gives us a way for us to just spread the love
And
of
he
this
doesn't
music.
use a heavy hand, so it's not like we're not
He's
made
he's
for
the best.
prime time. We're still authentically real show.
That's right. He's the
When
best.
we mess up, we mess up.
You know, it's real. It's life. That's how it goes. You just keep going. So you can listen to the podcast that Brad makes on his channel, which is the Fisher Poetry Archive. You look up Fisher Poetry Archive. Fisher Poetry is one word. Fisher Poetry Archive, and any other podcasting source you can think of. You can find our music and all the streaming sources, all those regular things. Go to our website, mollyandmark.com. We have a few performances listed there. You can
And I have
find us.
my YouTube channel.
Mark Allen Lovewell, YouTube. Find us there.
You
You
find
know,
us there. I mean, this is it. This is the way we stay connected with our
Yeah.
community of friends. And you're part of that story. You're part of our story.
thank you very much for being here with us. We love you, and you know we love this song as much as you do, so sing it with us. We love it.
We love you even on a really hot evening.
Yeah. We wouldn't be doing this without you.
We're not talking about Ashley.
No way.
Ashley's asleep. She's
Yeah.
hibernating.
No wood stove now.
All hands to man the capstan. See the cable running clear. Heave away and the weather will boys for New England. We do steer, rolling home. Rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to dear New England. Rolling home, dear God to thee. Fare thee well, yes, Spanish maidens. It is time to bid adieu. Happy times
Oh yeah, happy.
we've spent together. Happy times we've spent with you. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home, dear New England. Rolling home, dear God to thee. Round Cape Horn, one frosty morning, and the sails were full of snow. Tighten those sheets and pulling those halyards. Let her off and let her go. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across universe. Again, thank you, all of you, for joining with us tonight.
Thank you
Hope
so
you have
much.
a really nice weekend.
Stay cool.
Check on us next weekend. Hopefully, we'll have some more to share with you about what it's like on the water.
That's right.
Many thousand miles behind us. Many thousand miles to go. The ocean lifts her waves to bring us to that well-remembered shore.
Rolling home.
Rolling home, rolling home across the sea. Rolling home to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh yeah. Rolling home.
Dear God, to thee.
Yay.
Thank you, everyone.
We love you.
We'll see you
love
next
you.
week.
That was Sunday at Sea, hosted by Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll of Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mark and Molly. It was a real pleasure to have you on the show today. For more information about Sunday at Sea, please check out the link included in the podcast description. Well, that's it. This one's in the tote. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is written and produced by me, Brad Wortman. Music used in this episode is courtesy of Mark Allen Lovewell and Molly Knoll. We're always looking for Fisher poets like Mark and Molly to come on the show. If you'd like to appear or have comments about the show, please send an email to thefisherpoetrypodcast@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to haul the latest episodes into your net. The Fisher Poetry Podcast is available via our podcast host, Anchor, and several other hosts, including Apple, Google, and Amazon. Please also check out our videos on the Fisher Poetry channel on YouTube and visit the Fisher Poetry Podcast page on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Come all young sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. Blow, ye winds, westerly, westerly blow. We're bound to the southward, so steady she goes.